Hey guys, so it's the 27th of July, and it's officially a month that I've been working. And so me and everybody that came in with me, like all my coworkers that came in with me within the same training class, we were all IMing and we're like, yo, it's already been a month. Like, that flew by really fast. And it did, honestly, it really did. But I woke up this morning not feeling all that great. I've been dealing with diarrhea for like the last couple of days, honestly. Not necessarily dealing with the actual diarrhea until today, but I've been feeling like I'm gonna get it for like the last couple of days. Like my stomach has been off and been feeling bloated, and like this past weekend I felt like I had the flu basically, and I took Theraflu just because I didn't feel all that great and put Vicks on me and whatnot. And then today I had diarrhea, but the whole flu like symptoms or whatever was just for like a day. But the stomach issues, I've been dealing with them for a couple days, and honestly, like, I am incontinent, so me dealing with stomach issues and having constipation and diarrhea is nothing new. But I am waking up, like right now I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning just because my stomach was hurting. And so I got up to go to the bathroom, and then Ray wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And so, like, when he woke up, he saw me in the bathroom or whatever. But although I'm dealing with it, I'm kind of glad I'm dealing with it right now and not while I'm at work. Because when I do deal with the diarrhea, obviously it's diarrhea. But also, it's not like a 10-15 minute thing. Like, I'm in the bathroom for like hours. And obviously, that's not great when you're working. So, I'm glad that it's happening while I'm home. This is the second time that I've had diarrhea in the last month. And both times I've been lucky. And hopefully it continues that way. That it's happened before I've gone to work. The first time I was in training, and that one was a little bit stressful just because I went in at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I woke up at like 5:36 that time. And right before it was time for me to jump in the shower to get ready and stuff is when it officially like kind of like died down and it stopped. So that one was a little stressful. Right now I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, which, I mean, not that great just because it did mess up my sleep. But I don't go to work until, or at least I don't have to be at work until 11:30. I leave my house around like 10:15 just to be on the safe side. Because my very first day of work, I was like 18 minutes late because of traffic and whatnot. So I don't want that to happen again. So I leave my house at 10:15 just to be on the safe side in case like traffic or whatever. I don't want to be late again. But yeah, it's been a month already, and it went by fast. And I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't enjoyed it. I really have. I've missed working, like getting up every day. As much as like there's days where, don't get me wrong, there's days where it's just like I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. Like, my body hurts. I'm just tired. I'm sleepy. I'm sluggish. I've had seizures this past month, and it hasn't been smooth sailing, but I've had fun. Like, the idea of me going back to work for the longest was just something that I did not think was gonna happen again. And so getting the chance to go back to work has been really, really good for me. Like, I can feel myself kind of coming back to life, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm laughing a lot more. I'm smiling a lot more. I'm finding, like, although I'm taking this wheelchair to work, I'm finding that me being in this chair at work, I'm a lot more confident than I was when I was working back when I was like able to walk around at work, which I don't know if it's just because I'm not in pain and I'm not having to think about my pain all day, or if it's because I'm not having to really worry about the accidents that I've been having. Because, okay, so when I used to work, when I, like a couple years ago, I was walking everywhere and I still was incontinent, and it's always been a thing. Since I was a baby, I've been incontinent. So that's nothing new for me. But I remember specifically one time I was working at a mortuary and I happened to have an accident. And it wasn't a big accident, it was like the start of one. But it was enough to stain onto the office chairs. And so that was the start of the end of me working there, because my disability, for the most part, I didn't really disclose my disability when I used to work, because unless you really paid attention or you knew me, I could get away with my disability before. Now, I mean, I'm in the chair, so it's kind of in your face. But before, I could sort of kind of get away with it, and that's basically what I used to do. I used to minimize my disability a lot. I used to minimize the issues that I would have, just because I thought I had them under control and I could kind of hide it. And for the most part, I sort of kind of could. But there was just those, like, few, like, I don't know what the word is, like the few times or whatever that my disability was an issue when I was working, and I haven't had any at this job. And I don't know if it's just because the company that I'm working with now is completely different, or if it's, like I said, I feel like it's the chair, because I feel like a lot more confident in it. I'm not constantly like having anxiety over what if I have an accident and I ruined their furniture. I'm not worried about if I have an accident and like my pants being stained and having everybody that I'm working with seeing it, because I'm sitting in the chair. Like, I'm not having anxiety over that. I'm not having anxiety over my legs giving out and falling. I'm not having anxiety over pretty much anything. Like, for the most part, this company has been really easy to work with. Like, this is the first company that I've worked with in a really, really long time. Probably ever, other than one. The last company that I was working with right before I had to quit, and there's a video on my channel where it says I had to quit, and that video, I think, was the day that I put in my 2-week notice, or right before I had to put in my 2-week notice, or after. I forget, but I remember that it was around that time where I had to quit my job. And it was at a company, it was a pharmacy company, and that company that I used to work with was also really accommodating. But that last one and this one, they're different in the sense that I came into that company, the other company, walking, and then I ended up in the chair, and they just kind of accommodated accordingly. Whereas this one, I came in with the chair and disclosed everything to them. I didn't disclose to the other companies that I used to work with about every little thing that comes with my disability. Whereas this one, I am being very transparent and letting them know, like, this, and that can happen and possibly will happen. And when I had the appointment for my wheelchair, I didn't have the appointment before getting this job. So when they asked me for the next 90 days, because they asked me in the interview, for the next 90 days, do you have anything planned or any appointments coming up that you need to be accommodated for? I said no, because I genuinely did not have one. When I was in training, that appointment came up and I mentioned it. I was like, it happened to fall on the day that I go to work. So I go to work from Tuesday to Saturday. I have Monday and Sunday off. But that appointment landed on Tuesday, and there was no other day that I could do that appointment. And so I asked them, I'm like, can I just come in late? Because my appointment was at 10 and I go to work at 11:30. I was like, can I just come in late possibly? Or like, what can I do? And they just went ahead and switched my days. I went in on a Monday and had Tuesday off, which worked out amazing. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this company has been really, really accommodating for me. And they've gone above and beyond to make me feel as comfortable as possible. I work at a call center. I'm sitting in my chair all day. I don't have to transfer out to one of their office chairs. And I got paperwork from my doctor saying that if for whatever reason I happen to be a little longer than usual in the bathroom, that is just something that is gonna have to happen because of my disability. And the only reason I got that paperwork is for something like this, like right now, how I have the diarrhea. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take 10 minutes. For me, it takes hours for me to deal with it because I deal with constipation. So when I do have diarrhea, it's not just, I don't know how to say this without sounding like all that disgusting, but it's not just like one day's worth, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a couple days backed up, so it all just kind of comes out, and then I obviously have to clean myself up. And so just in case there is that one chance that it does happen at work, I got paperwork to help me out with that. So they know that I'm in the process of getting a custom chair. They know that I'm getting the power assist. They know about my disability. They know that I have accidents. I'm in constant. They know everything, and they still are just like, whatever you need, we'll help you. Like, that appointment for my wheelchair, just one example. Another example that they accommodated me was there was a company event that I did not feel comfortable going to because it was at a park and I'm using this heavy chair and I didn't want to struggle with pushing myself around in this chair. And I asked them, can I just not go to the event but still come to work? Because it was going to be a thing where half of the day it was going to be the company event, and then the other half we were going to do the rest of our shift. But we were still going to get paid the 8 hours for going to the company event and doing our half shift or whatever. And I asked them, can I just not go to the company event and just come in for my shift or half day or whatever? And they said yeah, and I still was able to get paid for the full 8 hours, which, I mean, I really, really am enjoying my time working here because they are really accommodating. They're very, very flexible with me, and I haven't had that happen in a really long time, and I've disclosed my disability entirely. And I've never done that with the company. I've always kept a couple things here and there out. Like, I told them about my incontinence, I told them about my seizures, I told them about my pain, I told them about how I literally am on antibiotics every single month because of a UTI, and it just never fails. I'm literally on antibiotics every month, and when I am on antibiotics, the first day or two suck for me. So I always try to start my antibiotics, like, knowing that I have the 2 days off. I'm gonna try to do them like the first couple days of antibiotics, depending on if it's like a 3 or 7 day course. I will always try to do it the first couple days while my day's off, just because the first day or two suck for me. Like, I am nauseous. I'm just not doing all that great. Oh, and that's another thing. My days off. I get Monday, Sunday off, which is amazing because I get one day off on the weekend, and it's not like I did anything on the weekend anyways, but I get Monday off. So if I need to go to the doctor for whatever reason, I have the whole day Monday to do that. I can have multiple appointments all within that one day. And again, I work at 11:30 a.m. So I have the majority of the morning to also go to the doctor. Like yesterday, I went to my doctor I had an appointment at 9 a.m. and then I went to work afterwards. And it didn't get in the way. So I really like the idea that I have a job where my schedule allows me to obviously work and have an income, but it also allows me to take care of me and my health, because I haven't done that in the past. I've had this really bad habit of ending up in the hospital, being really sick, and then the minute I start to feel the slightest bit better, I always ask my doctors, when can I go back to work? And that's been a really bad habit of mine. And I'm no longer doing that just because I learned my lesson when I became septic. I'm not doing that anymore. But this company, at least for me, I feel like it allows me to not have to do that, because it gives me the time to take care of me and take care of work. Like, I can have them separate, you know? Like, I can, like, once I'm clocked in, like, boom, I'm in work mode. But when I'm clocked out, like, I can take care of me and not have to stress about it because I know that I have the time to do so. So, yeah, I really, really am enjoying working and really enjoying the company I'm working with. And yeah, I'm just really, really enjoying myself right now with working and getting an income. So, and also I'm really excited about getting this wheelchair, because this one that I currently have, I keep staring at it because it's right in front of me, is really heavy. And I really, really want my other chair. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'll get it when I get it, I guess. But I'm really excited for getting it. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, that day, I was really annoyed and really frustrated with the idea that I couldn't get every little thing that I wanted on it. And, like, I really, and I'm not gonna, that hasn't changed. I really do feel and think that it would be an amazing experience for people that have to do wheelchair processes or whatever, that have to get a custom wheelchair. I really think it'd be an amazing idea is if we could go into a room and have these, like, bunch of different wheelchairs, regardless of the brand or whatever. Just have different chairs for us to, like, kind of sit in and see which one we like, and then customize it to what we need it to be. Like, I really wish it would be like that. That hasn't changed. Like, I said it that day, and I still feel that way, and I don't think that's ever going to change. I really feel that that would be an amazing experience if we could just walk into a room the way that people walk into a dealership and see all these cars lined up and be like, I want that one. I really wish we could do that for our wheelchairs. That would be an amazing experience. Just saying. But yeah, I'm really excited about getting my chair though, because this chair is really heavy and it is really hard on my arms, and I'm getting a really light wheelchair. I'm getting a rigid wheelchair, so it shouldn't be that hard on my arms, but I'm still gonna put in the request for power assist. Like, we're working on getting it approved from my insurance and whatnot, so hopefully it gets approved. But if not, like I said, it's a really light wheelchair, so I'm hoping that it doesn't really affect my arms anymore and I can kind of just get around easily. But still, we're going to push for the power assist just to be on the safe side. But yeah. Anyways, I know this is a longer video than usual. Well, these last couple ones, not usual, because I do have longer videos on my channel. But for these last couple ones, this is probably the longest one. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little update, check in with you guys, because it's been a month already that I've been working and I'm really enjoying myself. I really, really missed working. And don't get me wrong, like, for the longest, when I first, and I'm not going to say I came to grips with the idea of me not going back to work, because I honestly never really did. But when I first kind of came to the realization that going to work might not have been an option for me, that was really, really hard for me because I started working at 16 years old and I went to school for medical billing and coding and then got that certificate a week before I got my diploma. And then I went to school for my bachelor's degree in health administration. I never finished that. I dropped out of college because, again, I thought or felt that going back to work was just not going to happen. So I didn't see the point of finishing a degree that I was never going to use. And just to put myself into more debt, I just didn't see the point. So I never finished my degree. But the idea of not working was really hard because that was the one thing that I was really proud of, and that's honestly where I had the most confidence was at work because I knew that I had put in the time and I've been going to school and I knew what I was talking about. It wasn't a thing where I was just basically making stuff up to make me sound smarter or to try to mask the idea that I didn't really know what I was doing. It wasn't anything like that. I genuinely knew what I was talking about. I genuinely knew what I was doing and I enjoyed it, and I prided myself on the idea that I did get as far as I did in my career, and I prided myself on the idea that despite everything that I had going on, my disability, my pain, everything, despite all that, I was still able to get up every single day and go to work, and that was something that I prided myself on. And to have that taken away from me was really hard. I fell into a really bad depression these last couple of years because of it. It was really hard. I didn't leave my house, and yes, it was because of the pain, but I also didn't leave my house because I didn't see the point. What am I gonna go do? Where am I gonna go? I don't have friends like that for me to be oh, just get up and go. I don't have that, and I know I should, but I don't. But part of that reason that I don't is because I prided myself on work. All I did was work, and I loved working, and to have that taken away from me was really hard. I needed to basically find another purpose for myself, because that for me was my thing, was working. That's what I felt my purpose was, for me to work and kind of show the world hey, regardless of whatever it is that you're going through, your disability or whatever, get up and go to work. It feels really good, and it did, and it does again feel really good to go to work. I really, really am enjoying myself again. And so I'm slowly finding that old me, I guess you can say. I'm finding that confidence that I used to have, and that that drive that I used to have. I lost a lot of it. I literally I felt I gave up. I was you know what, screw it. If I'm not going to be able to go back to work, what's the point of me finishing my degree? If I'm not going to be able to go back to work, then what the hell am I supposed to be doing? I literally felt like that. Up until about a year ago, I literally felt like that. A year ago, when I started really getting into the crochet and the knitting stuff and the idea of starting my own business, that's kind of when it started to go away, because again, I felt that sense of purpose again. I was doing something for a reason. I was starting my own business. I was doing, and don't get me wrong, I still am going to do that. It's on a slight pause right now, but I still am going to do it. I'm still working towards it. But before that, it was bad. I genuinely did not know, this is going to sound really bad, but I genuinely did not know why I was here anymore. I was what am I supposed to be doing? I was really, really lost. So I'm really, really happy that I'm no longer feeling like that. I'm slowly climbing my way out of that. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I really have for you guys. I just wanted to give you guys an update and kind of share that with you guys. So I'll see you guys next time. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.